Well, hello everybody, welcome back. It is Jeff again. Another episode on the Mindcrack server. And I don't know where I'm going. I'm actually going to go out to the nether yet again and try to dig a nice path over to where I made my new portal. I have the coords written down. I know it's not that far. And it is this way. And I'm trying to think of the best way. What is it? It's down to 63. And it's at 563 negative 1175. So let's see the best method. That was not the best method to get over there. I should probably clean that up a little bit. So currently, we know that this gets me a nice chunk of the way to where I want to go. I need to get down to layer 63. I need to get over to layer negative 1175 in the Z. So I guess we'll just go straight that way first. I mean, I guess it's dependent on what I ran into. I need to get this bridge cleaned up. There is no question about that. So I'm almost at the same level, very close to the same level. But if I just keep running this way, this might not be nearly as hard as I thought, because I should be able to. Now I'm at the level, which means I'm just a little bit below it right here. So it's literally straight over that way. And if I know it's at 63, I did bring enough of these. So let me just do this for now, and I guess I'll just start branching straight over and see what happens. And while I do this, that may be a problem. I might have to go up there and do a little destruction of that lava coming down, because it might cause me some issues, and I don't want to do it right next to the lava. I think I can just... I should probably use something a little easier. If I do that, yeah, that should be perfect. Perfect. So, I'll tell you guys, I was at a party the other day for a friend of mine's going away. And it's sad to see friends go, but it's always fun to have an excuse to party. And I, at one point, was there. We were drinking, having a good old time. I went and used the restroom. And I came back out of the restroom, and I talked to the host. And when I say host, I actually mean a friend of mine that I went to nursing school with. Like, her and I have had many, many of nights at the bar together, you know, gotten drunk plenty of times to... Oh, Jesus, that scared the crap out of me for some odd reason. We've had many, you know, nights at the bar, many nights drinking. So when I say host, I don't mean it in a formal way. I mean like a friend of mine who happens to be the one that was hosting this party at her house. And I went to the bathroom, and I came out of the bathroom, and I said something to her along the lines of, so, I bet you that toilet bowl cleaner does not last as long as you thought it would. And what they have is one of those, I'm trying to remember what they're called, but it's one of those ones that you stick on the, so wait, I'm at 60, or at 5, so I need to go significantly that way still. I still think the best method is, God. This way might be a better way because I'll have more protection and have to build less of a barrier once I get into there. So maybe I'll go this way for a little bit first. I'm just hoping no gases come out. But they have one of those things that you, it's like on the end of a stick, and you plunk it to the side of the toilet bowl, and it leaves like that blue thing there that's supposed to help whenever you, like, you know, flush. Every time you flush, the water kind of spins around it. And as the water spins around it, it, like, you know, eats away chunks of the cleaner, and kind of like cleans the bowl as the water spins in the bowl. And she looked at me and she was like, no, I mean, it lasts for, you know, about as long as I thought. And I said, well, maybe you'll figure it out more tonight, you know, because there's a lot more, you know, guys and stuff here at this party than there is, you know, normal guys that live in your house, because it's just her husband, and their brand new baby that live in this house, and the baby's only a couple weeks old. So, I mean, that baby obviously is not one using the toilet. Whoa! I have shift held down and I actually just ran. That was very scary because I almost just walked right off this edge. And I brought one of my Silk Touch picks with me because I'm going to grab some nether quartz on the way out of here once I make this once I make my way over to where I'm going. And now I'm really scared because I hear the ghast and I don't like ghasts. And she kind of looked at me and she's like, I don't know what you mean. And her husband, it was funny, he was standing there, and I've known him since I went to nursing school with this girl. They moved out to DC together. At the time they were just boyfriend and girlfriend. They got engaged at some point during nursing school, and then they subsequently got married after we graduated from nursing school. And I went to their wedding in New Orleans, and it was fantastic. Her husband's an awesome guy, like one of those guys that I wish I knew like while I was in high school and college, because he's just that kind of extremely fun of a person to like hang out with, party with, and things like that. And he kind of starts chuckling because he knows what I'm getting at, and she did not quite pick up on what I was getting. And a lot of you guys listening probably have no idea what I'm going for right now either. But the design of this product is in such a way that when I go to the bathroom, I can go to the bathroom, do my business, and leave. However, it's big, like if I'm going to the bathroom for long periods of time, if you know what I'm saying. People used to bring in newspapers and all. Now it's all about the phone. You need something to keep yourself entertained while you're in the bathroom. And obviously, oh, god damn it, this fucking slow sand glitch problem, whatever it is. Get rid of this crap. I hate slow sand. Slow sand, soul sand, whatever. But, so you go to the bathroom if you're there for long periods of time. The cell phone's important. You're going to play, games, read the news, whatever you're going to do on the cell phone. You guys know what I'm talking about. Even you ladies know what I'm talking about there. Like, nobody goes to the bathroom and likes to sit there in boredom. However, you're just going in. I didn't go to the bathroom to be there for extended periods of time at this party, but if you go to the bathroom in any case and you find anything to make it more entertaining to you, you're going to make it more entertaining. And all of a sudden, this beautiful piece of equipment that she happened to buy to keep her toilet bowl clean became my source of entertainment while I was in the bathroom, because it's set up in just such a way where it is just too good of an opportunity to not. Why is my exit? I could have sworn it was at 5, like on the nose, and I can't get my X on 5 on the nose. It's 4.5 here and 5.5 here. That's weird. Maybe I'll have to rewatch that video and see. But now I just need to get over to 1175, and I will be to my other portal, and hopefully it stays nice and covered through this whole thing, because that makes it much easier to put a rail track in. Excuse me, I was hiccuping while I said that. But it became the source of my entertainment because, of course, it's what I aimed for the entire time. Like, I'm not just peeing in a toilet bowl anymore. I am now aiming at this cleaning product because it's just fun. Why not? What else are you gonna do? So her husband's, kind of chuckling a little bit in the corner as I try to. Oh, fuck you, lava. That's not what I wanted. I might have to go above. There we go. Will that clean it out for me? Lava still lasts a long time even in the nether. It spreads quick as hell in the nether now. I'm trying to keep this all on the same level because I'm right at that perfect level. Okay, so that's good. Let's see if there's more lava back here. There is nether quartz, though. I am going to take this time to utilize my silk touch pick. That's the first thing I've ever silk touched. I gotta be really careful, though, because I do know that there is lava somewhere in this general vicinity. While I'm here, I'm just gonna grab it all. I'm gonna silk touch it so I can take it back, and fortunate is the plan for that, just to get more quartz. Why not? Especially while I'm digging anyway. It's might become even more useful in future patches and things like that, so better collect it while I can, since I'm in an area that has it in the nether, which is good because a lot of other people may not be. But yeah, he was chuckling because he's done the exact same thing. And Well, and my point of it not lasting as long is because it's based on the notion that, when water circles the toilet bowl, it's going to be tearing through this thing and therefore spreading its chemical throughout the toilet bowl. But when you pee on it, there's lava up there. It is not. I don't know if that's the only place lava was at, though. Appears to be, actually. Well, that's going to be kind of scary. I just got to watch out tremendously for that. I'm almost to my goal. And Silk Touch. So I thought it was funny. I'm sure you guys do similar things, like in the bathroom. Tell me your comments. It sounds gross to talk about, but it's so true, especially guys. Like we need ways to entertain ourselves, and girls obviously don't do things like I'm describing because, I mean, if you did, that'd be really impressive actually to be able to do the hover while still aiming at a specific object. That would be pretty interesting. Holy crap, this is a huge quartz pocket here. Damn. Get all this stuff. Give myself a nice little base. Close this hole. Oh, that's not where I wanted you. Am I still at 63? I am. And I'm only 40 some odd blocks away from my goal. I should come out right into this portal. I mean, if I looked at those chords right, watch me have one of my coordinates like wrong. That would be kind of annoying. I'm so close. But yeah, tell me the things that you guys do to keep yourself entertained, because who knows, especially at work, maybe I'll start doing things that I didn't think of, because currently I'm just a cell phone, play games, look at the hey, I was off a little. I didn't want to put that down. Why did I hit that button? Why did I just silk touch that? That was just dumb. I do want to put these down on the edges though, just for more protection out here by the portal. Oh, it is at the right height. Good. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. I went so far looking for this desert village, and the whole time it was like that close to where I was at. Brought a lot more cobble with me to do this too, because I was thinking it was going to be a lot more of a challenge, and did not turn out to be nearly as big of a challenge as I had once thought it was going to be. So why not utilize this cobble, and I'll even get myself a little walkway around it, I guess. I don't need this on the screen anymore because I made it. Yeah, look at this. Don't need to make it that big. I'll make it too wide over here. I can always come back and manipulate this later. But this way I won't have to worry about like gas explosions either. I almost just like jumped backwards off the edge without really paying attention to what I was doing anymore. Get up here. Oop, I got more right here on the bar. Alright. Sealed. Look at me. Signed, sealed, delivered, baby. Love it. What did I leave over here? Do I have room for anything? I can get rid of a lot of this garbage that I have. The nice thing is I'm not nearly as worried about making sure this this farm is completely safe like I had to before also, because the nice thing is we have... I really didn't have much in there, did I? I'll just take my obsidian back, I guess. we can always make new villagers now by curing zombies, the zombie villagers, which I've never yet done, but definitely something I want to do at some point. I guess another thing I can talk to you guys about is this morning I had to go out to Baltimore for work. I had to be there by 6, and I live in DC, and it might not be that super far of a drive. It's only like 40 some odd miles, but it's a long drive to do from DC, especially in traffic. And I got up this morning at 4:30. Well, I left my house at 4:30 a.m. in order to make sure I could get there by 6. And I got there at like 5:30, so I had plenty of time to spare, and I was driving nice and slow because the roads were empty. It was good. But before I left, what I wanted to do was I wanted to make sure that oh my god, this is so scary. Trying to give myself, I think I hit slow sand. I did. Trying to give myself a little bit of a buffer space here. I mean, if I brought enough cobble with me, I'll close this whole thing in right now too to make it safer. That's not where I wanted that. Good. 9 left here. Let's see what I got. I want it there. Oh no, I just did that, but I guess I can do both of these for now. I guess it would be kind of pointless to do both of these if I didn't give it a floor right away though, as I'm not holding shift and almost coming off of my keyboard. So this way, even if I get hit by a gas, because if I don't close the top right away, I will have a nice space that I should look and make sure I closed everything before I go riding backwards like that. And why not? Let's give it a nice top. Oh, thank God. I thought he was about to attack. He hurt himself, so that's okay. He can hurt himself all he wants to. And right here. So I got up to go to work this morning, and before I went, I wanted to check my email because the person I was supposed to be going to meet, it was hard to get a hold of her because of the fact that she was in the middle of dealing with this go live, and for the 2 days prior to me going down there to help. Then I wanted to ensure that nothing had changed. So I got up this morning and I turned on my computer, and as my computer started to load up, I was like, I'm gonna jump in the shower really quick and save some time and not deal with oh, this is a long one over treacherous land. At least there's not lava there. Ugh. This is even scary to do even though I'm holding shift, but I know shift cannot always work perfectly right, so it's definitely scary to do this over such long areas, especially when I hear ghasts and run into pigmen. Luckily you go through them now. But I turned on my computer, and while it was booting up I decided to jump in the shower, which is a good thing I did, because I get out of the shower and I looked at my computer, and fucking Microsoft, man, they're so angering in some of the things that they do, because how do they know that I'm at a point where I'm ready to update my computer? If I turn on my computer, I might be in a hurry. Don't fucking give me that screen that sits there and says, updating 1 of 11. Do not turn off your PC. Excuse me, I'm sorry. You needed to ask me this before you started updating my computer on startup, because I got out of the shower and it was on 2 of 11. It had been a good 20 minutes and it was sitting on update number 2 of 11, and therefore I had to actually scrounge around and find a different computer in order to log on, because by the time I got ready to leave the house, it wasn't even done updating. And Microsoft, I'm a Microsoft fan. I like Windows. I'm not a Mac user, and I know there's going to be all the Mac fanboys coming in here now and talking about how much better Macs are because they won't do that. They don't get viruses, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, fuck you. Yes, they do. I don't really mean fuck you, but, you know, you can't, they don't get as many viruses, and there's a couple reasons for that. Not because their security's better. That might be partially to do with it. I'm not saying their security is not better, but it's because people don't write viruses for Macs. The reason they don't write viruses for Macs is used to be a big portion because the population of Mac users was so small. That is not the necessarily a valid argument anymore, because Mac users are definitely growing and have grown throughout the years to where they are a big percentage of computer users. But I don't know of any company out there that stores anything, their major databases, their major financial transactions and things like that. None of that stuff is stored in a Mac environment. It's stored somewhere on either a Windows or a Linux machine. And I'm sure there's going to be people talking about how Linux is great and Linux doesn't get hacked, and Linux is probably better. Part of the reason for that is it is open source, which you would think would be the source of faults, but instead it actually worked out very well for them because of the fact that Linux is open source, so the exploits and vulnerabilities are found so much easier in them because everybody has access to it, and therefore get fixed at a better rate than most other platforms and things like that out there. But anyways, like I said, I'm a big Mac or a big PC fan. I have nothing against Microsoft. I like Microsoft products. I use them. They are they're the standard. I mean, they truly are the standard. Nobody can really argue with that. So you have to be proficient with a PC to be able to work in like a corporate world, because everything is PC based. It's just the way that the world is. Get out of. How did I place you here? I'm just trying to fill in this creeper hole. Ugh. That is not the way I wanted to fill in that creeper hole, because that is going to make it fuck, because that's going to make it very difficult for me to break these, because now I have to go behind, get rid of the one, and then I can walk through. There we go. Get rid of the other one. I just want to fill in this creeper hole just to let another creeper in here, I'm sure, but you know what, that's fine. But, Microsoft cannot dictate their updates the way that they do. I understand they may be security vulnerabilities that they want to fix ASAP or whatnot, and I get that. There are important fixes that need to happen, but you can't just arbitrarily start updating somebody's computer when they might have work to do. I mean, it's happened to me at work before, where my computer, I went in the morning with the sole mission of, oh my god, I have to get something done in the next 10 minutes because I either forgot or it was a last minute thing that got emailed me, the night before or whatever that I noticed, but I didn't have access to the programs because I wasn't at work or something along those lines. And you walk into work and you're like, I've got to get this done real quick, and you load up your computer and you stare at update 1 of 37. Do not turn off PC. I've turned off the PC before because I've gotten frustrated with it, and what happens? It just reboots to that update thing again. There's no real way around it. You could probably go into safe mode or something like that, but you lose all of your functionality that you're gonna need to actually make things run. So it's really, really annoying, and they need to have an option, even if it's just a 5-second screen at the beginning. Would you like to update now? Press any key to cancel update or something like that. And if I notice that it's updating and I'm not ready for the update, and I miss the screen, I can reset it and go back and skip over it. But they need to fix something with that. So that's my little arguments about Microsoft based on what they did to me today. Luckily, I had access to another computer, but not everybody is as techie as I am to have multiple computers laying around, because that's what I do. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you appreciated the video, the game, the bathroom games, and the Microsoft rant. So I will see you guys next time.